Hey guys, it's Jared. I'm here to share another trade recap with you today. I did two trades today. They were both winners and they were both on CCL. So I have CCL pulled up right here. Now my watch list today was supposed to be NCLH, CNK, NEO, and PLTR. But at open, Norwegian Cruise Lines just really didn't get any volume at all. And so I ultimately started watching CCL. So if I look at NCLH, well, it looks like it got volume on here, but really it was hovering around 30,000 shares in volume, and then some really big bulk order came in for like 500,000 shares. So it really was just staying still. So I started watching CCL, and CCL here, you know, and there's some great opportunities still in the market, but some of you may know I also am a home appraiser, and I got a cutout here right at 9 o'clock to go do that. So unfortunately I won't be able to take advantage of any other opportunities here, but luckily I got two nice ones here on CCL. Not huge winners, but nice winning trades here. So right at the open, so thing about CCL, let me move this out of the way, is I like trading it because it trades pretty smooth, but it's kind of in pre-market here, it wasn't the best look, which is why I thought Norwegian Cruise Lines might be better, because it was very range bound. These dashed black lines here, I drew those just to distinguish the range here, but in pre-market you see it's completely range bound, back and forth. You can see it finally broke through and then failed pretty quickly, hit this range, goes up, hits this range, goes up, hits. So you know, it's at least it's moving clearly and you can read it, but I don't really want to trade a stock usually that's so range bound. So I wanted to watch NCLH, which is a little less range bound, but it really just didn't get the volume, and CCL made the move I wanted to see. So right at open, you know, we're weak here on good volume. We pull back to VWAP on pretty decent relative volume. So normally, you know, I would prefer these bars to be less, significantly less than they are. But with all this overhead resistance, I liked the pullback, and I liked being able to get in around VWAP. So if I got in around VWAP, which I think was at 23, like 43 at the time, I could easily make the break of all these moving averages my stop out, and I could still feel comfortable with that. And that's what I did. So I got in at 23, what did I get in at? 23.43. And if it got to 23.54, I was going to go all out, which was, you know, about right here. So gave those moving averages a little bit of room. And it came back down. I took a partial right here because it kind of stuttered around here. And I'm glad I did, because it came back on me, stopped out at break even. So this first one was a 1 scale out and out. All right. Then it came back up. It got closer to the moving averages and yesterday's high. And I went ahead and took it short again. This time I got in at 23.45, same concept. If it broke these moving averages and got to about 23.54, I was going to get out. Luckily it didn't. I took another partial down here just because it had already stutter stepped there. The volume wasn't coming in as quick as I wanted as well. I took another, as we dipped down another, you know, about 10 cents around the 23.25 level. And then I said, well, I already took two partials out, so I'm not going to take another partial until we can get down here. So I wanted to get at least to this 23, and you can see down here, the 200 moving average on the 5-minute chart was pressing up, and 23.11 was an important level from pre-market. It was pre-market low, and I didn't want to take another partial until we got back to this 23.11. Unfortunately, we didn't have the juice, and I do regret not taking a partial here. As this started to turn into a hammer, I did have an opportunity to partial out again here, but I didn't take it because I really wanted to wait. And then it started, you know, this hammer ended up closing. We came in here, volume started coming in, but not that quick, so I waited, but once it pushed up to that point, I went ahead and took another partial because I didn't want my whole remaining position, which was still substantial, to just be break even. So I like to get at least 3 partials on a winning trade. And so I went ahead and took one more, just get a little bit more in my pocket just in case, and sure enough, what ended up happening all the way up to break even. And you see it fought through these moving averages, kind of cut off, came back down. It's kind of can't figure out what it wants to do, and this is what happens sometimes with range-bound stocks. But what you will see is it did throw hammers fighting its way back above these moving averages, so we'll see what happens. But that was my day on CCL. Again, lots of great opportunities still going on. but I have to unfortunately get out of here, and I hope you guys were able to capture some of them.